So now, let's come into a restful, present position and feeling. You can just take a moment to close your eyes. Take a deep breath. Just let your body settle into the chair. Feel your feet on the floor. Feel the space around you and the space in the room as it changes, as the energy of Kryon unfolds, as the energy of the family that we are here together begins to be felt more and more by each of us. And take another breath. And feel how good it is to be right here, right now. How blessed we are that Spirit has conspired to bring us together from all over the planet into this room and this time and this love, so that we may experience it together, so that we may be supported by that love, and our lives be touched, and the energy come into us from the entourage and from Kryon, and bring healing to our lives. One more breath. Breathe in the possibility of that healing, and just give yourself to it during the message from Kryon. And let the love that comes from these words wash over you. Receive it as the beautiful blessing that it is.
Greetings, dear ones. I am Kryon of Magnetic Service. Many have not seen this. It's different when you're in the room. Available to you are energies that the listeners will not have. Available to you is a two-way conversation, because for you it's happening in real time, yet the listeners won't have. And yet, with all the potential of this, so many right now are having their brains go into an overactive point that are asking, is it real? Reality is this way, dear human being. If you haven't seen it, you've been told it cannot be, or it's just too odd or strange from what you would do. The psyche of the human being will put it into a box that says, I'll look at it later, it's just a little odd. Meanwhile, there's angelic presence in the room. God is here. God is always here. The masters of the planet have told you this over and over, no matter how strange were the things they were doing or the miracles they were performing. Always the bottom line, that the creative source is in you, is in the planet, in the dirt, and is always around you, loves you, and looking at you, while you try to figure out whether the channeling is real. It could be that there are entities here who know you so well to start a process that you asked for and have been on your knees for, while you figure out whether the guy in the chair is real. That's what's happening right now, right here. How many times have we said this to you? Old soul, you have been through it all. And you come into the planet right now with the same attributes that you've always had at first, and that is questioning. Because you don't want to make the same mistake perhaps you did before, where you might have opened and found something you didn't expect and it changed you forever. Maybe even died because of it. This is the attribute. The skepticalness is common. And the interesting thing on the planet that I have never said before is that the most skeptical people are the ones who are old souls. The newbies of the planet are wide open. If you talk about spiritual things, it's like a magnet to them. Yes, they go. With you, you're still trying to figure out if it's real. You're still in the box, aren't you? The invitation has always been the same. This particular channeling opens the door to the day. And the door is that of your disbelief. Are you or are you not going to let these things show themselves to you? And the thing is, you have free choice. And the free choice is absolute. Spirit never violates free choice. We can't even knock on the door. The knob is only on one side. You got to open it. But if you even intend to open it or open it a crack to see if it's okay, you've opened it. And that gives us permission to slide through the crack the beauty and benevolence of the love of God. To wake you up at night and ask you, are you ready for more? To make you see perhaps that God is bigger than anything you've ever been told, ever. And knows your name. For some of you, we're still sliding things under the door. And for others, there's no door. No door. He opened it so wide it came off its hinges. Old soul, we know the paths are different for you. The acknowledgement over and over from the Cryon work has been this, that you are so unique and so different, there cannot be one manual for all, or one set of steps for all. For the grade levels of your discovery and your learning wise knowledge that you might be receiving is all different levels. There is no linearity with God. One of the things that we are going to discuss yet again tonight, some will say it's a review, but it will be filled with new things, is how the majesty of the consciousness of spirit is way beyond the consciousness of humans. Pure love. Unconditional in every single way, is trying to get through to you. Some of you are starting to receive messages and you're asking, what do they mean? Don't confuse human nature with God nature. If you're getting messages, you're starting to ask, what does it mean? I want you to relax. What if it meant nothing except, hello, I love you? Is that good enough? When your relative calls you from a faraway place, you haven't heard them for a long, long time, and they say, we just wanted to touch base and say how much we love you and your family, and you say, thank you, mom, dad, sister, brother, and you hang up the phone. Your heart feels good. Or do you hang up the phone and you say, I wonder what they meant by that? You only do that if you're a psychologist, by the way. That was a Cryon joke. You try to analyze every contact, and sometimes we just are there to hug you. How many of you spent time trying to analyze the numbers you see everywhere? Why am I seeing the numbers? What do the numbers mean? What am I supposed to do? What am I missing? I want to tell you, an angel visited you and gave you some numbers so that you'd know it was out of sequence of randomness. In other words, it had to be coherent. It had to be on purpose. Just to say, I'm here, I validate, I love you, and that you are part of God. Hello. And you want to analyze it. The next time you have these kinds of things happen, I want you to put your hand on your heart. I want you to say, thank you, God, for loving me enough to give me that. I love you back. It's simple. Maybe it's overly simple, but it's the truth. Did you know that Spirit has different ways of saying hello, depending upon how dense you are? Spirit gave my partner a 3-year hello before he would say hello back, because his mind was not ready for love. I say this to show you how much we know about you. We really do. So, skeptic or not, what are you holding back? We know you. How can we show you the love we have? Let me ask the big question this day. Would you open the box and the door to allow what you ask for? Or are you going to ask in the closet, hoping somebody will open the door for you? That's the metaphor. We know your prayers, your affirmations, and we also know the box, how tight it is, if you've opened the door or not. This room and those who are listening have attributes that are filled with potentials right now of solution and healing. And based upon all that we have seen so far with humanity and this new time, there will be those who will get up from their chairs and will say, I'll look again later. And they'll miss it. You asked for it, and here it is. Why don't you take your hand and receive it? I'll be back. And so it is.